It's time for content time with Daddy Odin. Before we even start the actual content, I'm going to say it. Due to Liga Dota Mania and AD2L group stage started, there wasn't much time to gather the clips from every game. So we're gonna do the past week's Rampages and dive straight into the bracket predictions. But before that, it's Spotlight Hero time. Spotlight Hero of the week 6. It's Don't Worry Gambit. It won't be Jakira again. But the Spotlight Hero is Slaughter. Slaughter has been picked 14 times this week, only in week 6 alone, and has an 85 win rate. I think a lot of teams have been slowly going back towards the armor reaction style of gaming as we come closer to the start of playoffs. A lot of these teams are showing their true color and they're showing their true performance in week 6 right before playoffs, showing a strong message to the whole contenders division. As a usual public announcement, if you don't know the man named Dr.geo even after week 6, shame on you. But go to AD2L Content section available in AD2L Discord to cast your vote, just like you are about to cast your vote to elect a horse or a goofy uncle. I know, polka humor, right? Eesh. Let's roll the Rampage montage.
As survival rules, but unfortunately, the rest of PCR feeder team are here to fight. Sir Dodo, though, he's alone underneath this tower. Even with the BKB, he's taking a lot of physical damage. And he tries to get away, he will get away. The extra move speed from Thirst will help him escape to safety. Now Jamie, he's caught Rooster to slow him down with the Diffusal Blade. Windrun is on cooldown for 3 seconds. Gets uphill finally though, but he's got to either sit still and take the Mystic Play or run away with the Rupture. And that is a lose-lose scenario. Jamie fighting as if he's got an Aegis. He's just falling out at the moment. In between these towers, what's he doing? Oh, he just wants the range. I mean, he'll feed his life away for it. Out of the blood rate in time. However, he does get the equal movement speed bonus. Oxy, wrong place, wrong time. There's no creeps. Uh-oh, Jamie straight in on Grimstroke, picking up where he left off when Grimstroke was alive last time. And Cloud Kicker. Oh man, that was a close one. Jamie not 25 yet. But it does kill Marana. Pretty handily. Cloud Kicker, man, he's been regenning for the past 25 seconds, it feels like. Turns out Jamie's a Ricky player, huh? All this is happening, so Dodo's just hitting the barracks. Thank God somebody is. Alright, he does take the trick to the trade cooldown. That's the second Rampage of the game.
Before we go into predictions of contender brackets and deep dive into the plus and minus of each team and why they might win, wss.kobolds, is Hexy going to be playing mid for you guys in the playoff? And do we get to see Gambit go godlike in his support role again? Game 1 in the Contenders League AD2L Season 29. If you guys are not familiar with the bracket that is in my screen right now, it is the link that Dill has kept in the AD2L content right below the post of Dr.geo, and this is where we're going to be doing the prediction of the AD2L bracket. Game 1 we have Potagreed versus Tilted Gaming. Potagreed has a definitely better edge over Tilted Gaming, being the number 1 seed versus a number 6 seed. I think Potagreed is going to run away with the 2-0 series unless they meme or do something like that. Potagreed has the advantage of just being disciplined and knowing when to back and when not to overextend, and they dominate their lanes most games except their mid lane, and they're a team who know when they have a lead and they fight with that lead to win the games. Unless Tilted Gaming has been having fun and has not been playing their serious actual draft till now, we will never know. But Tilted Gaming might take a game off of Potagreed if they are able to get a really good hero on board and they are able to buy him as much time as possible and possibly take it to a 45+ minute game for them to make a comeback on Potagreed. Game 2, we have All My Homies Love Crack versus Drugs and Dota, a series with a 44% chance of going into Game 3. But the playstyle of D&D might be a helper to All My Homies Love Crack. All My Homies Love Crack and D&D both crumble to heavy early game aggression as both teams like to do a 4 protect 1 kind of style where 4 heroes are dealing with the aggression and giving the space to mostly Harbinger's hero on the side of D&D. And on the side of All My Homies Love Crack, they like to make space for Wolf unless he's playing these aggressive heroes like Ursa. So either team might change their strat to have a nice early game kill threat with a possible Spectre to gain an upper hand from drafting and try to snowball into a game-winning game. All My Homies Love Crack might be looking to pick their Ursa, as the Ursa is one of their hero playstyles, which enable them to do that early kind of fighting. But casters, be warned and be ready, as this game is gonna be a long game. I'm predicting that all 2 games will be going over 45-minute mark unless one of the teams just win from the draft starting point itself and they just snowball into a 25-minute win. Okay, game 3, Grindravers versus Petting Zoo Rejects. This series is a kind of interesting series, and I believe both teams have lost a couple of players. I know that Grindravers lost their Pods 4 and Petting Zoo Rejects might have lost 2 of their best players. So they're really a weak team currently at the moment. But this series, I prefer Grindravers. It's going to be a 2-0 series. As long as that they don't lag in the game, they should be able to walk away with 2 easy games. Given the fact that PZR's roster is looking a bit shaky and might be hindering their performance compared to their previous seasons in AD2L. But PZR might be looking to snatch a game away from Grindravers, as Grindravers have been having a lot of stand-ins. So they never got the chance to practice their actual 5-man and get that communication level on point. Okay, game 4, we have Resultant Orient Thinkers versus PZR Feeder Team. This series is going to be going in favor of Resultant Orient Thinkers. It might be a 2-1 series, it might be neck and neck. This is one of the games to watch this week, which are really close in how they perform. Petting Zoo Rejects have been playing such a sporadic game throughout all these 6 weeks. They have been having constant change of roles, and I think there might be still some communications or just some kind of communication problem for them, where they are not able to be on the same page while playing their games. Definitely the 2 key players that Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team will be looking at towards to ban any kind of targeted bans are most likely going to be Log Lady and followed up by Growdy. Log Lady has been doing phenomenal for the last 3 weeks, where he or she, I'm not sure who it is, has been winning or at least drawing the lane, but more importantly creating so much pressure around the map with the type of heroes that he or she plays, just creating intense space for Growdy. And if that is not controlled or Growdy is kept in check while Log Lady is creating this pressure, Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team might be losing this game. But I've kept that it might go 2-1, and I think Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team might be able to take a game away if Jamie is playing carry again. Who knows? Okay, game 5, we have wss.kobolds versus 2woods. I think this is going to be a really one-sided game. wss.kobold, they showed us their true colors on week 6 when they went against Wasted Youth. The games were just truly horrific. This series is going to be 2-0. WSS is definitely far more skilled than 2woods. I think 2woods, as it is still a new team, it is a salvage of extra knives. I think they still need some time to mature as a team and gel in. Probably next season they'll be coming back. I hope they're coming back with a bang, and they win it next season. Who knows? The only thing that I'm concerned about wss.kobold is that they have never been played with their whole 5 stack. I believe the only time they ever played was their first 2 weeks. After that, it's always been with some kind of stand-in. I think they played 4 games with their stack, and 7 games with different stand-ins. I think our roster is going to be having a tough time going against either Gambit or Hexy. I think it's going to be a win lane from mid itself for wss Kobold, and for them to win any game, winning that mid matchup is what gets them to win. That's why they have been winning almost all their games, because Gambit has been winning the lanes and just outperforming everyone mid. Okay, game 6, we have Savage Sabers versus GoFi. This is a game I am casting tomorrow, so if you guys want to come check me out, come to Odin Tasty on Twitch, where we can have fun judging both these teams. I think this game will go to game 3, but I do favor Savage Sabers versus GoFi, where it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Savage Sabers. Savage Sabers have been having a bit of a weird season. They have not been having the same level of performance in all their games. Some games they are outperforming themselves, some games they are not doing so well. So hopefully they're able to fix that through the communication standpoint and are able to overcome GoFi. But if Savage Saber underestimate GoFi, they might lose the series. GoFi is a strong team, and they should not be underestimated, especially the level of skill Scotty can play from mid. Definitely a mid matchup I would like to see. Darthwalker versus Scotty, both of them going head on and seeing who's the better mid of these two teams. I think it's pretty clear of the banning strategy going against these two teams, for these two teams at least. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a lot of mid heroes being banned on both sides, as both teams, they need their mid. If their mid has a bad game, their other lanes also crumble at the same time, especially on the side of GoFi. If their mid loses, their safe lane usually doesn't do that well, and they have a hard time playing. And Savage Sabers, they still struggle to play from the back. They are not sure how to delay the game to get to that late game point where they have the advantage. So if the teams are able to fix that going into this playoff, maybe during the first 6 weeks they have been taking it casual and not giving it their 100%, maybe we will see their 100% in the playoffs, because you only got one shot to go to the final. Game 7, Wasted Youth versus FOTP. This series is gonna go in favor of Wasted Youth. It's gonna be 2-0. We all love JoJo and his team, but I think it's more, a bit of a downhill battle, especially in this playoff type of format. You usually go against the top seed versus the lower seed. It's gonna be a true underdog Cinderella story for if FOTP do win against Wasted Youth. I'll definitely be quite surprised. The things that Wasted Youth do, it's so clinical. They win their lanes as soon as they know that they've won their lanes. They go into the snowball mode when their communications are on point, and they just keep going and killing everyone in the map. I think as individual players, Wasted Youth might have the better players compared to FOTP, and given the fact of that, I think they will have easier time winning these lanes. But there is a plus side to it. If FOTP do lose, we will get Drunkcast with JoJo in the playoffs, and who doesn't like that? But if they do win, it's going to be a true underdog OG story coming out from the side of FOTP. Last but not least, we have TBD versus Riders of Rohan. Probably the two most even teams heading against each other in this playoff division or playoff bracket. Definitely my game to definitely a game I would love to watch this week. I am team Gentry on the side of TBD, so I am going in favor, saying that this is going to be a 2-1 game where TBD is going to win the series. But here's why. Both teams are nearly similar caliber, and both teams make mistakes, but the one who punishes these mistakes severely is TBD. They have these kind of a weird style of heroes that you won't technically expect, which have high impact team fight damage, So any kind of small trip up that Routers or Rohan do in these team fights, wrong initiation, or they get split up and they get blown out, or one person gets caught, TBD is going to use that. They're going to utilize it and they're going to crush Routers or Rohan. I think Routers or Rohan will be looking to remove the more comfier side of supports for Biggie and Gentry, especially the first two bans will be mostly focused to both of them. A lot of teams are scared of the support duo, as they are the ones who create the space for all three of the cores on the side of TBD. And TBD will be most likely banning the heroes of the offlane duo Propaganda and Mariachi band. These two heroes, I believe, are the key responsibility on the side of Routers or Rohan, who create space for Routers or Rohan scores to get enough time to win. That's all for my week 1 of playoffs predictions and content. And now let's go to week 2. Oh wait, it's only week 1. But don't worry, I will fill out my answers of my predictions, as I believe I can't go re-in and edit my predictions. But my winning prospects, or my current winning prospects to win it all, is most likely going to be Pot of Greed, Wasted Youth, and wss.kobolds. Maybe we might even see one more rematch of Season 28. Stay tuned for more. I'm Daddy Odin, and I'm out.